OpenClaw is absolutely insane. OpenClaw is different. OpenClaw doesn't just talk, it does things. Real things. On your actual computer. And here's the part that blew my mind. It does all of this through the apps you already use. WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, Slack, Signal, even iMessage. You just message it like you'd message a friend, and it goes and handles the task. So, who built this thing? A developer from Austria named Peter Steinberger. He's got over 13 years of experience building software and running companies. He originally released this back in November 2025 as a side project. He called it Claudebot, which was a play on the name Claude, since it was built to work with Anthropic's Claude model. Then Anthropic's legal team asked him to pick a different name. Fair enough. So it became Maltboy for a little while, then finally settled on OpenClaw at the end of January 2026. And that's when things got wild, but I'll get to that in a second. Let me first walk you through what makes OpenClaw so different from everything else out there. Because there are a lot of AI tools, and most of them are cloud-based, meaning your data sits on someone else's server. You don't really own anything. OpenClaw runs locally on your own machine, your Mac, your Windows PC, your Linux setup. Everything stays on your device unless you specifically choose to connect it to something external. That's a huge deal for anyone who cares about privacy, and it's open source, completely free. The code is right there on GitHub for anyone to look at, modify, or build on top of. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. OpenClaw has something called skills. Think of these like plugins or add-ons. There's a whole marketplace called Claw Hub, where developers share skills they've built. Things like automating social media posts, creating thumbnails, formatting content, pulling data from websites, building reports. As of early February 2026, there were over 3,000 skills available. You install one and it just works inside your setup. You don't need to build everything from scratch. Someone probably already solved the problem you're dealing with, and it doesn't stop there. OpenClaw can actually control your browser. It has a Chrome extension that lets it navigate to websites, click buttons, fill out forms, and interact with web pages the same way you would. So imagine telling your AI assistant to go to a specific website, pull some information, organize it, and send you a summary. All through a simple message on Telegram. That's what this does. It also has persistent memory, meaning it remembers your preferences, your routines, your past instructions. It builds context over time so you don't have to keep repeating yourself. Most AI tools start fresh every single time you talk to them. OpenClaw keeps learning about how you work, and it can run background tasks on a schedule. You can set up cron jobs and reminders. So it's not just reactive, it's proactive. It can do things for you before you even ask. Let me walk you through what people in the community are actually doing with this. Email management is one of the most popular use cases. People connect OpenClaw to their inbox, and it sorts messages, drafts replies, and flags anything urgent. Calendar management is another big one. People use it to handle scheduling, send reminders, and catch conflicts before they become a problem. Developers are using it to monitor code repositories, catch errors through webhook integrations, open pull requests, and run automated tests. And a lot of people are running it on a Mac Mini as an always-on assistant that works around the clock. Speaking of Mac Minis, this is a fun detail. OpenClaw got so popular that it actually contributed to Mac Mini shortages. TechRadar reported in February 2026 that Apple's Mac Mini and Mac Studio had extended delivery lead times, partly because of the OpenClaw boom. People were buying Mac Minis specifically to run their own AI assistant at home 24/7. That's how real this got. When I first started using OpenClaw, I was honestly a bit overwhelmed. There's a lot it can do, and figuring out where to start felt confusing. Here's something important you need to know. While OpenClaw is incredibly powerful, there are some real things to be aware of. Security researchers have flagged concerns. Because OpenClaw has access to your email, your calendar, your messaging platforms, and your files, it has broad permissions. And if it's not configured properly, that can be a risk. In early February 2076, security researchers found over 42,000 exposed OpenClaw installations. The skill marketplace also had serious issues. A security study by Snike in early February 2026 scanned nearly 4,000 skills and found that over 36% had at least one security flaw, and 76 were confirmed malicious, designed to steal credentials. The OpenClaw team has been working to address this, but it's something you absolutely need to be careful about when setting things up. Stick to verified skills, read the documentation, and if you're not comfortable with command line tools, take your time learning before you dive in. On February 14th, 2026, Peter Steinberger made a big announcement. He's joining OpenAI. Sam Altman personally confirmed the hire. Steinberger said his next goal is to build an AI agent that even his mom could use, and he felt that required access to the kind of resources and models that only a major lab can provide. The OpenClaw project itself is moving to an open source foundation, so it will continue to exist and be developed by the community. This is a massive signal about where the entire AI industry is heading. We're moving from AI that chats to AI that acts, from tools you talk to tools that work for you. Once it's set up, you connect it to whatever messaging platform you prefer. Telegram is one of the easiest options for beginners. Then you start simple, give it a task, ask it to check your email, ask it to add something to your calendar, ask it to summarize a document, build up from there. The key is to start with one workflow, get it running smoothly, and then expand. Don't try to automate everything on day one. Each workflow you set up can save you anywhere from 20 minutes to several hours per week, depending on how much repetitive work you're currently doing manually. If you're looking to dive deeper into AI tools and actually implement them in your work, I recommend AI Profit Boardroom. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe because I'm covering AI tools like this every single week. I'll see you in the next one.